Okay, what's going on, Legion fans? Welcome to another episode of our Super Sitcomic Podcast.
That's right. We might as well just call this the Greg and Logan tell you what happens in the next episode of WandaVision podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
That might be a little bit wordy. That might be a little bit long.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
No, it doesn't come off the tongue very easily. Maybe we could figure out an acronym for that.
Yeah.
But that's essentially what we're doing at this point. We have accurately predicted
pretty much everything.
What is going on
in
these episodes before the next one comes out.
More,
and it's, pretty crazy.
Well, it's pretty close. Yeah, more proof that we should just be writing for these shows.
Exactly.
So,
and
the
fact that this one's doing it well.
Yeah, they're doing great.
Yeah.
They're taking our... Well, they're taking what we would do. They're doing what we would do. So we like that.
We like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So this episode jumps into kind of what we've been waiting for.
Right.
That as soon as they had the little tag before the Marvel logo came in, and I looked at Jamie after it was through, and I was like, now it feels like we're in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Now it feels like we're in the Marvel universe, and it was just everything was great about it. It was super intense and brought us back to the snap to the after the snap,
right
after
after
the blip.
snap. Yep.
Yeah. Which actually, I need to say this. It confirmed more of just the craziness of the return of these people.
Right, and how difficult the reacclimation had to have been for everyone.
But even more so. So Monica returns in the chair she was in when her mother was released.
Her mom.
Yeah, released from surgery.
Right.
Those 3 years ago or whatever.
Right.
And so she came back to exactly the place where she was when she vanished, right?
Right.
And we saw that also in Spider-Man Far From Home when the marching band appeared like in the middle of a basketball game right in the gymnasium floor, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it brings back up the thing that fans were talking about when we saw Far From Home, which is, what about the people who were flying?
Right.
Did they just appear like in the middle of the sky and then just fall to their deaths?
Yeah.
And they probably did, but it goes back to obviously they saved more lives by bringing them back than those few that would have been on airplanes and helicopters, things like that. But it just stinks for those people because they just appear where they were.
Exactly.
And they're up in they're up in in the sky, and they're just gonna fall and die.
Right.
That must have been a terrible day.
Yeah. Terrible day.
Well,
it must have been a real bad day for them when they fell to their deaths.
No, I mean just in general.
That was a mild statement on a horrific situation.
I'm thinking more of like on the news, like that day you would have like been watching the news and just seeing people like appearing in the sky and just falling. Like it would have been like a hellish landscape all over again from when everyone started to vanish.
Yeah, I mean, there's that side of it. If you want to go to the real dark side of this whole thing right now.
Yeah. Well, it was
because that wasn't the entirety. I mean, like, they really didn't dig that deeply into that here at the beginning.
I'm going to use it right now.
Okay. Show me where you're going with this.
That's the beautiful juxtaposition.
Oh my gosh. Here we go with this beautiful juxtaposition.
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
The first 3 episodes, even though there were intense things on and we got like moments of unsettled situations.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's pretty campy, happy, sitcom-y feeling, right?
Sure, you're exactly right. Yes.
But this episode begins in horror.
Yes.
She appears, she's confused. Everyone's appearing in the hospital. She's bumping into people. She doesn't know what's going on, and she finds out her mother was discharged right after she disappeared and then died from the cancer she was fighting while she was gone. She comes back to that. Like, we're hit into reality.
You're right in that.
Yeah.
It sets the tone for the whole rest of the episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so yes, it is a really essentially dark and upsetting beginning.
Yeah.
But that sets the tone for pretty much everything else we're going to see in this episode.
Confusion and seriousness.
Right.
Like, everyone's kind of confused, and it's very serious.
Yeah. So we then get the other side of the confusion, which is like, okay, after you've come back and you've acclimated, what do you do?
Right. Go back to work.
So you go back to work.
Yeah.
You go back to whatever you were doing before The snap. And so Monica goes back to work.
Yeah.
Where she was working before she
we called
went
it.
by with the snap. And
we called it.
She is an agent of S.W.O.R.D.
She's a S.W.O.R.D.
And
agent.
not just, she clearly is not a low-level agent.
No.
She is a high-level agent in this work. And we find out that her mother
started
S.W.O.R.D.
I loved that.
I thought it was fantastic.
What a great, because obviously she had the run-in with Nick Fury back in the 90s when Monica was a kid.
I mean, it gives her the basis. It gives the basis of, like, at the same time that Fury was establishing and really building out S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers initiative, she starts S.W.O.R.D.
Yeah, and most likely in kind of what we were talking about, what I had mentioned about Monica before, it probably in hopes of finding her best friend.
Yes.
So not necessarily Monica looking for her Aunt Carol, but now Maria looking for her friend by developing this military organization that can search space.
Yeah, and she points to that. So she points to the fact that the new director mentions that it's a new world. There's a lot of threats out there, and she points to and allies.
Right,
and
Carol.
You know, they're referencing Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
But it's also pointing to the fact that, like, she has to now get acclimated to this new world.
Yeah.
That she really hasn't been a part of for quite some time.
Right.
So immediately she finds out, though, she's grounded.
Right. She can't go to space.
She can't actually do what she was hoping to just be able to step back into.
Yeah.
And she thinks she's being handed this rinky-dink assignment out in the middle of nowhere.
Out in Jersey.
But she's not. And so we get to actually see, which I think is awesome, some of those side characters, some of those bit characters that we loved from some of those other Marvel movies. So the first one being Agent Wu.
I love Wu, man.
And a lot of people believed that.
I love him.
A lot of people believed and are correct. And, we didn't talk about this, but believe that Agent Wu, his voice was the one that was coming over the radio.
Yes.
And they were right.
Yeah,
they were right.
Yeah.
That was actually him trying to make contact with Wanda and being able to find out what was going on. Because he's the first one who is on the scene and finds out,
thinks something's wrong.
This isn't just he's responding to what's a missing person for him.
Right.
But it turns out to be a whole missing town.
Yeah.
And I want to address that first.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. He goes out to address a missing person's situation.
Right.
He has an agent or he has a witness in the field.
Right.
And he hasn't they haven't been responsive to him, right?
Right. Well, I don't know if it's a missing FBI agent or if it's just a missing person.
Right. No, but what he said was it was one of his contacts.
Oh, yeah.
So it's somebody he's working with.
Sure.
We have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
They haven't even addressed that at all.
I wonder if it's
Herb. He
didn't
even bring it up.
I bet you it's Herb.
You think it's Herb?
I call it Herb.
You call it Herb?
Yeah, because I think Agnes is Agatha.
So
I don't think it's her.
You know what's interesting?
But Herb also has understanding.
There's a lot of people who actually believe that it's somebody who we haven't seen yet in the town.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people who believe that it could be Ant-Man or Hawkeye.
Right.
And the reason is because they took essentially a bailout from the government.
Right, after the whole issues with Civil War.
Exactly. After the whole issues with Civil War, they were allowed to basically be on house arrest and go back to their families.
Okay.
And now there's a belief that one of them, who we haven't seen much of in a while, are now actually going to be working with Agent Wu.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Now, I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you outright.
Weird.
I don't believe it's one of those two
I don't think
being
so
that big.
Yeah.
But I do believe it's probably some powered person that we maybe not have it. We may have not met yet.
Sure.
And he has somebody now on the inside that he hasn't exposed yet. He hasn't told anybody about.
Yeah.
Because Geraldine gets sucked in. She was the only one who knew.
Right. Yeah.
She was the only one who knew why Wu was actually there.
Right.
And when the director questions him about it, he actually just kind of brushes off and jokes that nobody's really looking for him at the FBI headquarters.
Right. So you think he's got something else going on?
I think he's got somebody in there. I think he's got something else going on here.
Okay. Who do you think it is? Like not in the Marvel world, but which character inside the sitcom do you think is?
I don't think
Dottie?
we've seen him yet. I don't think we've seen him yet.
You don't think they've actually been seen?
I don't think they've actually. So I don't think we've met them yet.
Okay,
I think they're going to be a surprise character, and I think
Okay.
when we see them, we're going to know them.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you think it's somebody that we've seen in the Marvel world already?
I think it's somebody we've seen in the Marvel universe, but I just don't think we have seen them yet. And I think Ant-Man or Hawkeye are going to be too big. They're going to be too big.
So
for
somebody
this.
smaller.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to see. I love all the little callbacks they did in this episode though. When Wu came out.
Yep.
My favorite thing at the beginning when he walked in was when he brought his badge out. He used magic.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, he used sleight of hand to get his card.
Practicing in Ant-Man 2, and he had wanted to know how to do that.
Yep.
They also had, and we didn't mention this earlier, but in the Sword headquarters under the picture of Maria Rambeau, if you noticed, they had her call sign, which was also in Captain Marvel, I believe, and her call sign was Photon.
Right.
Which I think is obviously it's alluding to what Monica becomes in the comics as her superpowered name. A theory I think though, real quick, going in that illusion of Photon.
Yeah.
I think that Monica has become superpowered now after being blasted by Scarlet Witch. No, the Scarlet when she's because as she comes rolling out, she's covered in all the ether, all that red stuff from Scarlet Witch.
Maybe.
And so I think that's going to superpower her. I think she's going to become Photon in this series.
They got to slow build that, though.
I know.
If they're going to do it, she's got to, slowly discover it on her own.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hide it
during
from
this
people.
Series.
And over the course of the next few episodes, start to realize she has these powers.
Yeah, but I think she's going to wake up and she's going to have been changed.
Yeah, that's a good theory. I like it.
I'm hoping they do.
I like it. But you know what I also love?
Yeah.
I loved that we had a couple of our theories be proven right again.
Oh, yeah,
so,
for sure.
Beekeeper, we were dead on.
Yep.
Dead on.
It was a hazmat suit.
It's a hazmat suit.
It got changed into a beekeeping suit.
Yep.
And so it was a sword agent. I think he's dead. I
think she might have killed him.
She killed him.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
By just saying no, and we didn't see him get shot back out.
Yeah, he didn't get shot out. I think she just erased him.
Erased. Yeah. So I agree with you on that.
That's cool.
The other thing, just basically anything that goes through that force field gets changed.
Yes,
that was big
to assimilate into their.
So
world.
I had initially said it was going to be a helicopter, a real helicopter that gets changed into a smaller one, but it was a drone.
It was a drone.
Okay, so
that's right.
Close, close there. But the reality being, anything that goes through is getting changed.
Yep,
and
to
it's
try
getting
and fit into the world
to fit into Wanda's vision.
Yeah. Oh, I like what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
You like
Wanda's vision. Yeah. Oh, speaking.
But I think that actually plays into the title more.
Oh, yeah.
WandaVision. This is
it's a play on television, but
it's
also
a play on
Wanda's
television,
vision.
but it's Wanda's vision for what she wants.
Yeah, what she
for
wanted to
her
happen.
life. And she even says this when Vision comes down, and she has that quick moment where it's Vision without the stone.
Yeah, his head's all busted
his head is busted in.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
But she says, "No, honey, this is our home.
Yeah,
I'm in control."
And then he comes back.
And then he comes back.
Yes, that brings up the question: is he actually alive, or is she just reanimating him?
I don't know, man. That's a really good question. I believe his
he
body
does start
is there.
to break. He does start to break out of her spell, though. When he starts to realize things. So I don't think he's actually dead.
I don't think he's dead. His body is clearly there.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is she just creating a facsimile of him being good, healed, and is he actually just a dead body that she's animating around? Does he still have the hole in his head?
I don't know.
Or is that just a flashback to her memory of what Thanos did?
I think the first. So I do think his body is there. His actual
right.
destroyed body is there walking around.
Okay.
And I think she is using her power
to animate him. That's what I was saying. Yeah,
but I do think in that animation, I do think he's
still there,
aware.
Yeah, okay.
I think his
not just a puppet.
He's not just a puppet.
Yeah.
I do think he is aware to some extent. She still controls him.
Right.
She still stops what she wants.
Sure, just like everybody in the world,
and allows him to only see or do what she wants him to do.
Yeah.
But I do think he is aware to an extent.
Yeah.
Only to what she allows.
Yeah.
And that also then goes to what Geraldine said.
Right. Well, in the which part?
When she's fired out, when she lands outside at the very end,
Oh yeah.
She says it's all Wanda.
She says it's all Wanda. Yeah,
and
so
this goes back to
she's doing all of it.
This goes back to what you and I had talked about, where I believed last time I was saying, like, there may not be a big
another
bad.
Villain. It might be her.
It might just be Wanda.
Yeah,
It might just be Wanda being so broken and so traumatized from everything that she has had to go through that she wants full control and will do anything she needs to get what she wants in this situation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And she's going to she wants this life for her. She wanted to be
that
with
idyllic
Vision.
life.
It's what she wanted. Now, what I will also say, and here's my one caveat, is I do think Wanda is in control of everything in the town. Okay?
Yeah.
However, Kat Dennings' character coming back from Thor.
Yeah, Darcy.
Darcy.
I love Darcy. I was going
who
to bring
is
her up
great.
next.
I think she's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love her character with her, like, the really quick quips and her wit. However, she says something really key at one point, that somebody is editing the signal.
Yep. Yeah, because we see the reversing's happen. Like, we see things go backwards.
Right.
Or we see the mess ups.
Right.
But they're not seeing any of the mess ups.
Right. Which I thought was cool about this episode, where they basically took us back.
Yeah, it was a flashback.
It was a flashback.
We saw
that
how everything
brought
was
us
working.
all up to speed.
Yeah.
I thought that was
started
great.
episode 1.
So now what they're able to do in each episode going forward is they're able to show you what's going on inside.
Yep.
They're able to show you what's going on outside. They're able to do that. So they bridge that gap now, which is great. I think it was fantastic.
Yeah.
But what I don't think is, I don't think Wanda's editing the signal. Because I don't think Wanda knows that
people are watching her.
That people are watching her.
Yeah, so that might be an Agnes thing. That might be Agatha editing
it might be.
Or Mephisto.
But it could be Mephisto. So Mephisto could still be involved, or they could be saving Mephisto for next season. They could be saving him for something else. But my point
we're pretty sure he's in the Loki show, so he could be in that. But
True. But what I'm saying is,
know.
I don't think Wanda is the one editing the signal going out, because I don't really think she knows people are watching, or even if they are watching, I don't think she really cares. She is the one in control.
Yeah, she's changed whatever she wants, whenever she wants.
Right.
Yeah, but so whoever's editing the signal doesn't want people to know that she's altering things.
Right. And that she's fully in control here.
And that could fall in line with Agatha, with Agnes being Agatha. Because if this is some elaborate training that Agatha is putting Wanda through, then she wouldn't want people interfering with it. So she could just, like, try to placate the broadcast, that people don't think, like, that Wanda's doing things that are sketchy, you know?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm sold on this being like a training for her.
Yeah, I was thinking it was a training that's gone out of control. So
maybe
it's like something that
Agatha
could set up.
I could be bought on that.
Agatha set it up, but then Wanda's taking it too far, and Agatha's just trying to put out fires at this point.
Right, I could buy that.
Yeah.
That I can buy.
Yeah.
I don't believe, though, that Agatha has any sort of control in this anymore.
No, she's
other
not in
than
control
maybe
at all.
tampering with the signal going out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that could be
because
the
she's
only
afraid
thing.
too. Yeah. She's obviously trying to stay
but this goes
under
back to
Wanda's radar.
This goes back to what we talked about last time, where it was like you had said you don't know if people or if Agatha would be afraid of Scarlet Witch. After seeing this episode, I think everybody should be scared of Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
like I
she's
said before,
definitely
I
nuts.
think she has
unhinged.
cracked.
She
is unhinged. Yeah, unhinged is the right word. She's really broken from all of this.
Yeah.
And I really believe that she's the one trying to maintain this control.
Oh yeah.
Over
for sure.
everything. Yeah. And it's because she believes that, had she been in control before,
none of it would have happened. Yeah. And it really ups the ante now that we know for sure that all of these people are just innocent people. Like when they when they were pulling the files and they were doing like face recognition on the episodes. This is this person playing Mr. and Mrs. Hart. This is it. It's like, oh no, like these are just random innocent civilians who have been drug into her.
And there's almost 3,900 of them.
Yeah, right.
Which
They're
is
all
also why
there.
I think like Woo's
we haven't met
agent, we haven't met them yet.
Yeah.
We haven't met a lot of people yet.
Oh yeah. And it's wild. Like it's we're getting to see the large scope of it. I think that's what's making it more. I can't wait for the next episode.
Right.
Now
I'm wait. Now I'm bought in. Now
I'm hooked to it.
Yeah. I'm not only bought in. My wife is bought in now.
Oh, good.
Now she's watching, and she got ticked off because I started the episode without her.
Yeah. You gotta stop doing that.
Well, the thing was, I didn't think she was as invested. This has happened now with our last 2 podcasts.
Right.
She got hooked on The Mandalorian, and she got upset when I watched it without her, and now she's doing the same thing with WandaVision.
Well, good. There you
I
go.
shouldn't be upset anyway. We can just watch it together.
There you go. I just gotta wait for it.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things, but now I got to be like, all right, come on, we got to get going here.
Yeah.
I got a podcast to do on this.
That's right. We got to make sure we're ready to go. Oh, man. So next episode, we can't wait till next Friday. It's going to be so good. We'll have to see. Hopefully, now we got to see how they're going to balance the real world and the TV world and where we're going to be per episode. I don't know which one I want to be in more now, or maybe it'll be like a combination of the two.
Well, we know they're going to continue to advance with timelines.
Oh,
so
sure.
They did. What did they say? They did 40s, 50s. No, they did 50s, 60s, 70s.
So now we're in the
80s.
All right.
And I think we're going to see something like maybe like a Full House type of thing.
Yeah, probably.
Is that 80s or is that 90s?
So maybe like a Cheers.
Maybe like a Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a couple of pictures out that I haven't been able to nail down exactly what it is.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm liking this one so much.
The teased hair is crazy.
I stay away. I stay away now.
Well, I try to. I try to stay away from as many other spoilers
until I see it.
Because I don't want to get anything else in my mind.
Well, even the
because
little
we've been so dead on
I know.
that I don't want to lose track of that.
We got it. We got this.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the Legion of Comic Correction. Don't forget to check out our other episodes streaming everywhere you listen to podcasts. We're also on the major social platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Just search Legion of Comic Correction.
That's right. And make sure to check out our Patreon for exclusive supporter specials at patreon.com/Legion of CC. New episodes come out every Monday.
And Wednesdays.
No, just Mondays.
And Wednesdays?
I don't think we can do Wednesdays.
We can do Wednesdays.
All right, Mondays and Wednesdays. We'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place, same Legion.